Alright, this is Draffet, this is Draffet Store, and this week is on laws and the law. Now, I am a firm supporter that there should be laws. I'm a firm supporter of the United States Constitution, especially the ones that parts that guarantee my rights. 1 through 12 of the amendments. I don't particularly like or support laws that contradict or countermand, whether it's the state law or federal law, any of those rights, whether it's the right, freedom of speech, right to bear arms, press, legal assembly, whatever. Now with that, on this computer over here, I have some quotes, a website up with quotes and dumb laws. Now, I'm a firm believer the laws should be done intellectually and reasonably, and should not be implemented to hinder a person's lifestyle. They actually should be enforced to protect people against people that are out for malicious gain and thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not, destroy my car, okay, that kind of stuff. I wholeheartedly and firmly believe that any country's laws should, even though like the United States has freedom of religion, should be free of religion's influence in them, because if I am not a religious person and a religious group dictates to me what type of music, what type of clothes, what type of food I get to eat, and I like the type of music that they're dictating, I like the type of clothes they're dictating, I like the type of food they're dictating, I should have every right to eat it because I'm technically not bothering anybody. Alright. Now that said, there was a quote from George Washington I saw on Facebook within the last couple of days that I've been trying to find to actually get the exact quote for this one. But it had something to do with if a reasonable man is forced to abide by unreasonable laws, that man should not listen to them. And which I think is the exact quote or paraphrasing thereof. Now, whether or not George Washington actually said it, and it's not just internet bullshit, I wholeheartedly agree with it. Okay? Because there's so many laws here in the United States and other countries that have been put on the books that should never have been put there. I mean, that enforce nothing other than big businesses. They're actually benefit nobody but big business, insurance companies, and the banks. Plain and simple. I'm not a supporter of consensual laws. For those of you who do not know what a consensual law is, that means that two consenting adults, 18 or above, provide a service or a product and come about terms and agreements for said service or product, i.e. The reason why we had prohibition back in the 20s, and how many people made stills and such and sold illegal booze and hooch. Laws restricting drug use, prostitution, and everywhere except for Nevada. Now, does that mean that people are going to steal law? If you made LSD and all this, there's no guarantee that person's going to steal. A lot of times, people do what they do because they're told they can't do it. Now, there's a video here on YouTube from John Stossel on this exact subject, and when I find it, I should have it on my favorites. I'll post a link to it. And he goes over all the laws and the bullshit lawmakers come up with on reasoning why certain things should still be illegal or legal. Now, gun laws are an iffy thing, but I still believe intellect should rule. If there are existing gun laws, those particular laws should be enforced, and no new laws should be made. Now, with that, my hat off to Norway for standing up to a situation, and stating that they were going to enforce current laws and not make any new ones. Now, for you those that don't know what I'm talking about, last year there was a bombing of a children's camp, and the gentleman was coming up for trial, and if found guilty, if I remember what I heard on the radio, it was 22 years or found insane, life in a mental institution. So they decided that they shouldn't dick around with their laws. I wholeheartedly agree with them. Okay, because, well, on one aspect, in the last 40 years, black and Hispanic communities here in the United States have had gang violence, have had drive-by shootings, have had school shootings, and have had a bunch of other things. And not a whole lot had been done about it. But a few white boys decide to shoot up a movie theater, decide to shoot up a school, decide to, you name it, you could probably figure it out. And it's, oh my God, we gotta do this, No, if tit for tat, if you're going to worry about a white boy shooting up a school, you better be worried about the black boy shooting up a school, the Hispanic boy, the Asian boy, the Native American boy, and do the laws across the board. Now, with that does not, okay, now I am on this website called Dumb Laws. Now I will post this site on the bottom of this one too. And so you understand some of the dumb laws, and so you understand one of the dumbest laws I've ever heard of happens to be in California with the ban on toys in McDonald's Happy Meals. I'm sorry. Obesity in children is a factor that toys in a kid's meal shouldn't even be it is diet, income, lack of exercise, staying inside too much to play video games. There's so many different factors that this dumb law should never even been put on the books. Now, other examples of dumb laws. No vehicle without a driver may exceed 60 miles per hour. California law. Okay. Dumb law. Baldwin Park. Nobody is allowed to ride a bicycle in a swimming pool. Okay, I understand that law in the sense that the BMXers, but still, it's outside of that, it's a stupid law. Blythe, California. You are not allowed to wear cowboy boots unless you already own at least 2 cows. Wow. We will go to my home state, and I know a few of these by heart because I've been reading these on and off since '05. No man may seduce or corrupt an unmarried girl, or else he risks 5 years in prison. 5 years in prison for me trying to get a little something something? That's asinine. Uh, it is illegal to let your pigs run free in Detroit unless it has a ring in its nose. Okay. Like I said, emotion and stupidity should not be. Even the lawmakers seem to be some of the biggest idiots on the planet. Should not be involved. You should not make laws to. And I understand why certain laws get made. You have dictators, Adolf Hitler, Saddam Hussein, Manuel Noriega, and a host of others, that they have little boy complexes and try to restrict other people even though they do it themselves. J. Edgar Hoover, prime example of a mama's underwear dress wearing little pansy who enforced the law but had issues with certain groups even though he was doing some of the stuff that they were doing. You know, being hypocritical on a law makes no sense either. It should be, like I said before, it should be across the board, equal for everyone. And well spelled out. It's like I have an issue with sexual harassment laws because they only benefit the woman being supposedly sexually harassed. Because if I'm an attractive male and I make a comment to it and it comes off as just being taken one way, and the same comment, and I'm a dork or somebody who is not, well, appeasing, it's sexual harassment. To me, sexual harassment should be grabbing a breast, grabbing a butt, trying to feel up the unsunshined areas of the body. Not, restricting, well, free speech. It shouldn't be done just because a group hates another group and they express their feelings. I'm sorry, I hate KKK, but I believe here in the United States they have a freedom to speak their mind. The same way the Black Panthers have a freedom to speak their mind. Do I agree with it? No. The minute they do something physically to another human being is when the law should be enforced. No human being has a right to tell another human being who they can and cannot hate or who they can and cannot like based on whatever. That's just my feelings on it. Plain and simple. You make a law because you're trying to save a person's life. A.e., it's illegal to stab somebody in the throat. It's illegal to run somebody over with your car. It is illegal to steal somebody's trust fund. It is illegal to have sex with a child. Okay, those are reasonable laws. Those are laws that should be on the books. Now, in the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing. Next week, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. And a couple weeks from now, we're going to be conspiracies, and on it. Well, 11th year of the anniversary of 9/11. I'll talk about my beliefs on 9/11 and why I think sheeple should just keep their mouth shut if they haven't paid attention to the news. When I mean really should pay attention to the news. With that, I'm Draffet. This is Draffet Store. Have fun.